So from pioneering electric buses to driving the commercial mobility across Bharat, Tata Motors commercial vehicle segment has done really well. But what is the next big milestone? Let's try to decode that, where the Executive Director of Tata Motors, Mr. Girish Wagh, is joining us on the show right now. Girish, great to have you on ET now.
Pleasure.
Yet again. But Girish, firstly, let's touch upon the commercial vehicle industry as a whole, because there were a lot of hopes built from the industry, and you must agree that especially post-election last year, everyone was hopeful of a revival. But still, the numbers are not showing that great. Girish, how do you see this slowdown? Is it structural or cyclical in nature? Your thoughts?
So first of all, I don't think it is a slowdown, right? Yes, I think if we look at it arithmetically, the previous peak of the commercial vehicle industry was in 2019, when we crossed the 1 million volumes for overall industry. FY25, we reached very close to that, but still didn't cross that. So arithmetically, one may feel that almost in 6 years, the industry has remained flat. But I think the industry has gone through quite a few events after that. I mean, COVID being one of them, then 2 emission transitions. And if you look at it from a tonnage point of view, that means the overall tonnage of vehicles sold in FY19 versus FY25, there is almost 35% growth, right? So in every segment, there has been a transition towards higher tonnage vehicles, which is why you have seen that the industry revenue has also grown at a healthy CAGR of almost 7%, which is due to this tonnage shift, as also due to the emission transition which has happened leading to price increase. So from that perspective, the volumes have remained flat, but tonnage being supplied into the market has gone up.
All right, but what are the expectations that you're building for the commercial vehicle industry growth?
So I think I would say that in terms of this tonnage shift, we are close to the peak now. In the sense, I think maybe in 1 or 2 years, the tonnage shift should kind of peak out, and then we should start seeing growth in numbers also. And why is because, see, the GDP is growing at a healthy rate. Government investment in infrastructure is quite healthy. Quite a few end-use sectors like cement, steel, coal mining, all are doing well. Consumption is growing. E-commerce is growing. So I think with all this in place, we should see the numbers for the commercial vehicles go up. And we are looking at a good single-digit CAGR for the industry in the next 5 years.
All right, good to know that. But Girish, other than that, there's been a lot of shift and lots been happening in the electric vehicle bus segment. In the earnings con call as well, you have been positive on the upcoming tenders. So give us some sense that for FY26, what's the expectation on the new tender opening? How is Tata Motors planning to participate in that? What are the plans?
So I think Tata Motors participated in the first tender of CESL, won the tender, and the objective was very clear that we want to make government's intent of electrification of public transportation successful. Post that, we were awarded 3,600 buses. We have been operating these buses in 10 cities and very successfully. I think we've used these 3 years to cover almost more than 31 crore kilometers cumulatively. That's the kind of experience we have now, and I think we have built the model. We know the operating mechanisms, the standard operating procedures, both from safety point of view, uptime point of view. And I think financially also the model has been put in place. We have been EBITDA breakeven last year. We are looking forward to further improving the financials this year. Now, meanwhile, there were quite a few new tenders which the government had come up with, which we had stayed away, because we were looking for 2 specific requirements. One is a payment security mechanism, and second one was about an asset-light model, because we can't have so many buses on our balance sheet as per the GCC model. I think finally both these requirements have got accepted, and as I understand, by this month end, a new tender should come up, and we will participate in that new tender after studying all the requirements. So I think we should be getting back into the business of quoting or bidding. In addition to that, I think we have been working on the private sector also. There are quite a few customers who are coming forward in private sector to electrify there. And in fact, more the kilometers that are run in a day, I think the payback with respect to an ICE bus is faster in terms of the lifetime. And therefore, we see quite a few customers coming ahead. So we are also working with them.
And how big is this upcoming tender that you just referred to?
As we understand, this tender can be as big as 11,000 buses.
Okay. 11,000 buses coming from the central government itself?
Yes, yes. So it is, aggregating the requirement from 5 states, as I understand, and which will amount to almost 11,000 buses. But I think we'll have to wait for the actual tender to be floated.
All right. The other issue that is persisting in the auto industry is the rare earth magnet issue. I wanted to have your thoughts on that because for now we have seen a lot of these two-wheelers, OEMs, including passenger vehicle division, speaking on that. How is this issue impacting the EV side of business of yours?
So let me speak for both CV and EV, right? In the sense, actually this is not impacting EV alone. It also impacts the basic CV business. So once this issue came up, we did a complete scan of our entire supply chain going right up to tier 3. And we found a good set of parts like ignition coil, speed sensors, after treatment, where rare earth minerals are used. There are 7 types of rare earth minerals. Once we knew this, then we got into understanding what is the stock in the pipeline. And then we got into some short-term actions, which is either importing fully built aggregates, getting the licenses in place, or we also then got into some medium-term actions wherein replace the rare earth minerals with a different kind of magnets, for example, in motors. So I think we have put in place a comprehensive action plan with which we shouldn't see any issue. As of now, also we are under control. So it is more both for CV as well as EV, not only EV.
Okay, but how well you are placed for the upcoming 2 months? Good to assume that you are well placed for that?
Yes.
Okay. The other thing that is happening in Tata Motors is the upcoming demerger, and definitely all eyes on that. Traditionally, we have seen other companies actually trying to merge some of their business to get more value, but Tata Motors is doing the other way around. It's actually demerging 2 of its very important units. From the commercial vehicle point of view, how do you believe that this will unlock the value for the shareholders, why this move is being taken? And since you will be heading the division, what will be your key focus areas?
Right. So I think we are extremely optimistic and keenly looking forward to this demerger, right? See, the commercial vehicle business over the last few years has transformed into delivery of resilient financials, both in terms of margins as well as free cash flows. In addition to that, I think we've been also able to deliver a very strong return on capital employed. Now, I think there will be a specific set of investors who will therefore be looking at how does a business deliver margins and financials across the cycles and what kind of return is delivered on the capital employed. So I think in these 2 areas, we seem to be very well placed. As a strategy, therefore, we are looking at our business into 8 separate businesses, right? 4 of those are product businesses which are linked to the industry volumes for that year. But 4 of the rest are kind of downstream businesses which are linked to the park size and therefore are not so cyclical. We are trying to grow the salience of the non-cyclical businesses, which will therefore make our financials even more resilient, right? Across the cycles, and even if there is a decline, suppose in product businesses, I think the other side of businesses help in terms of margins and cash flows and enable us to deliver better financials. So I think that's what we are looking forward. And with the kind of free cash flows that we have, I think we are very well placed to invest this into the related business of commercial vehicles.
All right, but Girish, before we wrap this discussion, where is the hydrogen technology headed? Because post EVs, hydrogen is the next big thing that the commercial vehicle players are working on. But by what year, or by which year rather, you see this becoming into reality? Because I believe that the pilot projects are already in place.
Yes. So we are working on the pilot project, H2 pilot with the Government of India, IOCL. And we are running our H2 trucks both in ICE and fuel cell form in 4 corridors. And I think this trials will continue for almost 18 months. The purpose of these trials is to get good feedback about the technology as also the commercial viability. As of now, I think the hydrogen is not commercially viable because the price of hydrogen is almost 2.5 to 3 times of where it should be to make the technology commercially viable. But as the hydrogen generation capacity increases, one believes that this should come down after some years, and therefore at that point of time, hydrogen will certainly become a candidate for heavy duty long haul transportation, for which battery electric is not a solution, and therefore there is no solution in place for complete decarbonization. Hydrogen, either in ICE form or fuel cell form, continues to be the only technology available right now for heavy duty long haul transportation decarbonization.
So what is this few years in your mind?
Can't say, but I think we have taken the lead in terms of investing in technology and also doing these trials to gain a lot of experience. So we are ready whenever the hydrogen prices drop to that level, and also filling infrastructure is available.
All right, all eyes on that. But thank you so much, Girish, for taking the time out and
Pleasure.
speaking with us.
Thank you.